Hello and welcome to episode 86 of the podcast, The Pocket Stylist. I'm Lisa Talbot and we are talking today part 2 of the trends. So I really hope you liked last week's trends, and actually that if you've had a chance to get out into the shops, you've been able to see a little bit of what I was talking about, but there's definitely some others. So again, for anyone who is watching on YouTube, you can see me, and you can also see me looking at my notes, because again, I don't want to forget any for you, but I've got a list of the trends. I've got the ones that we spoke about last week, which I've got crossed out, and the list of the ones that I still wanted to talk about today. So just to recap, there are trends that are out there, and there will be trends that you love and trends that you're not so keen on. But trends are just a way of creating this modern wardrobe that you feel modern and fresh. And sometimes it's lovely, each season to inject a new color that you haven't got, but it's on trend. And it doesn't matter where you might buy it from. It could be pre-loved. It could be, new in the high street. It could be wherever you want it to be. So the trends are about just creating a modern wardrobe, because some ladies say to me, Lisa, I don't want to look trendy, but I want to look modern. So that's what we do. And we adapt the trends to suit us, our personality, and also our lifestyle. So let's crack on with some of the trends. So last week, I haven't got my glasses on again. So when the book's getting a little bit further away. Anyone else do that? Please tell me I'm not the only one whose arm is starting to stretch a little bit so I can read things. Anyway, right, let's recap. So last week we talked about sheer joy. So we talked about sheer. We talked about the low-rise waists. We talked about sequins. We talked about silver, and we talked about cobalt blue as kind of two of the colorways that we're seeing a lot. Silver is definitely metallic, but it's, again, this season, because it's going to be worn so much, it's a color all on its own as well, and the cobalt blue. And we also covered pillow talk, which was that lovely kind of think of the bedroom, think of those lovely silk kind of looks, and nighties, and bringing them into the high street in a dress format and other tops and things like that. So what else have I got up my sleeve for you? So I'm going to start you off with draping. Now, draping could be your best friend. So if you think about some of the dresses and some of the tops, they're going to fit you through the waist and fit you through the torso, but they are going to drape. They are an amazing illusionizer if you carry any weight on your tummy or you want to disguise an area. So draping, I think, is going to be incredibly favorited by lots of ladies because it is so flattering. It's incredibly structuring through the torso, so it gives you that lovely shape, but it also is going to drape through the tummy area, drape across the bust, and drape through the lower body, and it is just so beautiful. And it is a great illusionizer. So that is draping. So we've got that one. We've also got a trend that is really interesting. Again, I spoke last week about the colors. We all get these modern and these new colors that come out every season. And sometimes they kind of make it to a trend all on their own. So we are talking pink. And again, every single different tone, hue of pink is out there at the moment, from the bubblegum pink to the candy floss pink to the soft powder, beautiful pink, to that vibrant, really kind of strong cerise pink as well. So pink is going to be very prominent this season. Now, if you're brave and you love color clashing, you can do the cerise pink with the cobalt blue. Looks absolutely stunning. But you could also twist that lovely green that, again, we're seeing as a color, and popping it with a candy floss pink, because that looks beautiful too. Now, I know that could be quite strong for some ladies. You're sitting there thinking, oh, I wouldn't do that. So use the color, the pink, in the tone that you love, in the garment that you love, to do it in a certain way. I have to say, I did buy a pair of wide leg pink trousers last week, because I just know they are going to work with my wardrobe like a dream, whether I wear black, navy, white, and I definitely will color clash, but that probably doesn't surprise you, does it? So think of the pinks this season. You are going to see them wherever, but it is a trend and a color all on its own as well. You're going to see loads of color this season for the summer, which is rather lovely. The other one, interestingly, I was speaking to a client this week. You're going to see a lot of black. Now, they kind of named this trend really the summer black. So, it's quite interesting because black is very favorited by lots of ladies because it has those deep, dark properties. It does create an illusion of a slender, sleeker look purely because the light doesn't reflect outwards. The light is absorbed by the black, so therefore it creates a sleeker, more slimming line. But yeah, summer black. So we're going to see black t-shirts, black shirts, black tops, black trousers, black skirts, jumpsuits, dungarees, denim, all that type of thing. So summer black. So if you think about it, it can look incredibly chic, and you can still add more color because you could add a pop of color with a bag. You could add it with a necklace. You could change your shoes. You can add color. It's really interesting. Ladies tend to wear more colored shoes in the summer than they do in the winter. And actually, a lot of ladies feel more comfortable in color in the summer months. And it's probably to do with the lovely vitamin D that you're getting from the sunshine as well. So yeah, summer black. So at the moment, interestingly, the trends we were talking about just now are summer black is a color and the pink is a color. So we've got that as well, which is really, really interesting. And again, with the draping. So that is 3 more for you. Now, the other thing you're going to see an awful lot of, and some ladies like motif t-shirts and tops, others don't, is the heart. So quite apt, really, considering Valentine's Day is looming upon us. It's the heart. So it could be smaller hearts dotted throughout a garment. It could be one big heart in the middle of a knit or a top or a t-shirt. But yeah, there is an awful lot of hearts. And for some ladies, you might tend to prefer it in a more classic look, quite heritage, quite traditional. Other ladies might go for a bit more quirky, a bit stronger. And for some of you, it might feel a bit too twee. So you have got the hearts as well. And also print-wise, we're seeing a lot of flower. So again, flower power. So in different forms, we've got it big and bold and strong in places like Ted Baker. And then we go to Cath Kidston, again quite strong. But on the flip side, if you walk into maybe let's have a think, somewhere like Oliver Bonus, somewhere like Zara, somewhere like H&M, they've got the flowers, but it is not as strong and it is not as prominent. It can be a little bit more subdued. So flowers as well as the heart motif as well. So there's a lot going on this spring, summer for sure. If you're a fan of tailoring, don't panic. It's still there. We're seeing a lot of tailoring. It's transcending through from autumn, winter. And what's lovely is the colours are strong. So again, beautiful cerise pink suits. Lovely kind of, that lovely, what I would call bright green is in as well. So yeah, lots of tailoring. If you prefer to have the greys and the blacks and the navies, that's around. But the tailoring is more casual than more formal in appearance. But tailoring is still here. But it's definitely coming through in real domination in the colours as well. But it's there. So if you don't want to wear, a whole suit in tailoring, because they are there, then split it up, deconstruct it, have the trousers, wear a bit more tailoring on the lower body, pick a blazer so that you can add it over the top of a t-shirt or, in the turn of the season into a light knit as well. So tailoring is there as well. So don't panic if you love a bit of structure. You can still create the structure whilst you still create that lovely casual look as well. That's all then about the perfect fit of the garment. So we do have that as well. Now, there is one which actually, when I saw the trend, I thought, not sure how well this is going to go down. And it's all about grunge. So grunge meaning just that it is quite edgy. It is, if you think of grunge, it's very kind of, the blacks, but we're seeing tartan, and we're seeing, a few rips. We're seeing more distressed looking as well. So grunge is there. Whether you choose to do it is, I think, potentially your personality. But for me, you could do the grunge very well if you love those kind of distressed jeans, or, you love the kind of rips in some of the garments as well. And I quite like it. In some ways, it really dresses something down. So, lots of leather kind of style jackets are forming into that, as well as some more relaxed t-shirts and things like that. So you've got grunge, but I have to say, I'm not sure it will be a really, really popular. I think you might find it's popular with more kind of 16 to 25s, maybe not. But again, it's there to be absorbed and to be used, and really, kind of made fun of it if you like that type of thing. So how many trends are there? There are loads. So I'd love to know if you're sitting there thinking, oh, actually, yeah, I like the sound of that one. Not so much that one, but I love that one. So this season, I think I said it before, there is about 13 to 15 trends. And again, before you go and buy anything, have a look in your wardrobe, see what you've got in those colors, see some of the stylings that you've got. Have a look and think, right, what do I like? What would I like to add in? How can I add it in? Could I sell some of the bits I know I don't wear to make some money to go and buy some new bits? Or, could I go and have a look on any pre-love site? Could I have a look in any charity shops? There's a lot of people that are doing that now, but a lot are still buying new as well. So it is your choice. But you've got so many different variations of what you can do. There is always a way that you'll always look stunning throughout the new season. So I hope that's given you some more food for thought, part 2 of the spring summer trends. Thank you so much for listening. If you really, are getting benefit from the podcast, please follow me, please share it out so we can get a few more ladies inspired, ready for the new season ahead. Next week is going to be really exciting. For 2 weeks on the trot, I have got Jojo Hicks joining me, who is a great friend of mine, makeup artist with amazing skills. And next week we talk about makeup, and the next week we talk about skincare. Now, I've already recorded those, so I know what the content is, and it's super exciting. So if you know someone that's going to benefit from learning a little bit more about skincare and makeup from the amazing Jojo, then please share the podcast. And if you've got any questions, obviously put them in the notes, and we'll do what we can to answer them as well. So hopefully everyone's enjoyed that today. Go and have a look online at some of the trends. Go and have a look in the high street, and even when you're shopping in the supermarket, see if you can identify them. But until next week, thank you so much for listening. We will see you all again next week. See you later. Bye-bye.